I'm not trying to toot my own horn. I'm not trying to say I told you so. I'm not trying to go back and make it seem like you're all wrong and I'm right and y'all should have listened. But the early reviews for the One Piece live action are really, really positive. Of course, this to be taken with a grain of salt. We are about a week away from this series coming out. When the teaser came out, everybody was dogging this show. When the teaser at Tudum came out, everyone was talking about how it's not looking so good, and they were posting random screenshots and just saying this looks so dumb, and I didn't get it. I told y'all in the video, it didn't make sense to me. It felt like one of those situations where first person to see it started dogging on it because it was an easy target. Anime live adaptation, always an easy target. And you know how Twitter/X gets. Once it sees one person doing something, everybody starts to dogpile, and all of a sudden it becomes this big thing. Who can make fun of it the most, get the most engagement, most interactions, etc. When that first teaser came out, I made a video making sure to voice that a lot of the critiques didn't really make sense because it didn't even really show that much. I didn't see anything that I thought was a glaring red flag, and I think overall they did a good job with the first teaser. They kept things under wraps, and from the stuff we could see, we was like, okay, at the very least, from what we see in this teaser, I would say we have at least a solid show. Then here comes the trailer. I didn't make a video on the actual trailer releasing, but the reaction to that was much more positive. For me, when the trailer comes out and shows more things and more information about the show, and people react to it more positively, the show was in good hands, in my opinion. So now here we're getting some reviews where people are saying it's good, and the cast is the best part. The One Piece world has come to life. This show is the real deal. This is all me reading stuff people are saying verbatim, by the way. The scale of the show is vast and so much dedication was put into it. We getting all this promo from Oda himself. Oda showing up and doing promo for this show. I personally think this show is going to be just fine. I'm not going to sit here and say everything's going to be okay. It's going to be the greatest show ever. We're going to get 10 seasons, blah, blah, blah. I'm going to cover the whole series. But at the very least, we're getting a good first season. It's going to get people invested in the show. It's going to get people invested in the world of One Piece, get into the anime, get into the manga. And that's the goal for this show. It's not to perfectly adapt One Piece and turn it into this big, long series. Side note, tangent. I literally had a kid come up to me today and he was talking about, oh, did you see that Netflix is making a One Piece movie? I corrected him and told him it was a show, of course. But he was saying, yeah, I don't really care about One Piece at all. But because I do see this on Netflix and it's live action, I'm going to give it a shot. I'm going to watch it. And for the youth to be saying that, we might have a hit on our hands, folks. We might have one. I don't know. I'm just saying. If the kids start watching it, it's a wrap. It's a done deal. Mission accomplished. I'm sure that's Netflix's goal, but Oda's goal is to just get this more exposure. One Piece was lagging behind in the West, and we know why. 4 kids, you know what you did. So if this Netflix series can come out and get more families into One Piece, get more kids into One Piece, get just more regular everyday people into the world of One Piece, then it's done its job, even if it's just one season. But I do think it's going to depend on how many people watch it and the reviews that officially come out. I think that's going to be the biggest factor on whether there are more seasons, but the buzz is looking positive. Granted, I'm gonna take it with a grain of salt because you never know. It could just be people that really love the series, that really wanted to do well, talking about how great it is, and you keep seeing them saying stuff like, this is not Cowboy Bebop, this is not Dragon Ball Evolution, like, you know, stuff like that. To me, you're just comparing it to the worst possible thing. I don't think that really helps the series. Like, we know Dragon Ball Evolution is garbage. We know Cowboy Bebop did not do well. Talk about the series. Talk about One Piece itself. I know all the people that were hating were talking about, oh, we're starting to get a Dragon Ball Evolution moment, which I never understood. Never understood that critique. Never understood people taking the teaser and even uttering the name Dragon Ball Evolution. That made no sense to me. But you know, like I said, people are doing it for engagement. People are doing it just to try and go along with the bandwagon. That was just the thing to do when that happened. Granted, of course, some people are actually going to think it looks bad, and they're allowed to do that. But some of the criticism that I saw when the teaser first came out at Tudum, you know, it's funny, that was the first time I'd ever heard of this Tudum thing. I never heard that before this. But some of the critique that was coming out after that teaser, to me, didn't make sense. There was one really popular tweet where it was just a screenshot of the portrayal of Luffy, and he was just had a random face on, and people were talking about how bad it looks. I didn't get it. I just didn't understand what people were trying to go for with that. The CGI looked great. The teaser was very short and brief, and nothing looked bad in that teaser, except maybe Buggy. And people are saying Buggy is the standout for this adaptation. So the people that were involved with this, it seems like they were very, very dedicated to making this great. Oda was involved. It seemed like he was very, very dedicated to making this great. The cast seems to love One Piece, and they were very dedicated to making this great. So at the end of the day, you have people trying. and they're trying their best. And if we at least get a solid show out of that, that is a win to me. The reviews are making it seem like that is the least we are going to get. So once again, One Piece live action coming out next week. Hopefully I get this video out before then. I'm pretty slow at making videos. I think I forgot to beg for subscribers, so go ahead and do that. Once I get 2,000, like I said, it's on and popping. So yeah, I'm gonna keep it going. If y'all keep it going, thank you.